All right, what's up, everybody? It's Carlos Collects Comics, and we're back with another episode of Monday Hauls. This is the web series where I showcase the last week to week and a half's worth of comic book pickups, and I can't wait to share with you what I've picked up. So stay tuned. Alright, so hey, let's get started because I've got a couple of different pickups going on. I've got two local comic shops worth of books, as well as a few books that I picked up at a small local show. So first off, you know that I'm a Bad Idea fan. I've been picking up all of their books. So I got Pirate. I was part of the pre-order crew for their Final Five. So Pirate Queen #4 is in. Beautiful book. I love the production quality and the artwork, and most of the stories for Bad Idea. Really good stuff. So well worth picking up. Here is Monster Kill Squad #3. Again, love what they're doing with the books and the production quality. Hands down, beating out all the big boys and what they're bringing to the table. So I highly recommend them. I think a lot of their stuff is a little bit more plentiful to find. You have to do a little bit of looking, but you can find it. I also went ahead and picked up this special here. This is Superman and Robin special #1. This is Jonathan Kent and Damian Wayne teamed up for this one this one last little special. It's the Return of the Super Sons. This is the B cover, the variant. Just saw it, looked pretty cool, and I wanted to pick that one up. I'm a fan of the Super Sons. They're different now because Jonathan Kent's aged up, and he's kind of doing his own thing, and Damian Wayne's doing his own thing. But I'm still a fan of them and kind of like that world's finest vibe. So also, as you know, this past week, Stray Dogs Dog Days #2 came out. So I picked up the A cover and the B cover, which is the homage. So nice books to pick up, decent condition for my LCS. Let's take a look at some of the pickups that I got at one of the at the little show that I went to. Now these are not like in great shape, but I love the fact that they were bundled together. It's the Disney Afternoon little limited series. This is issues 1 through 5 bundled together, and I did go ahead and pick this up because it was only $6, and I'm a fan of Darkwing Duck and Tailspin. I'll pick them up from time to time when I come across them. So I couldn't pass this up for $6, and they were all 5 here. I'd put them all at maybe VF minus. No, actually, fine minus to very fine minus ranging. But yeah, getting the whole 5-issue set there was something that I was not going to pass up. I also do like to pick up some of the classic Christian comic books that are out there. This one is there's a classic Christian book called The Hiding Place by Corrie ten Boom, and they Spire Christian Comics. Among some of the other ones that they made, they did create a comic book adaptation of her story. The neat thing about Corrie ten Boom was that she actually was a Nazi survivor, or a Nazi Holocaust survivor. She watched a lot of people close to her be executed and put to death during that terrible time. But she tells a story about like God's faithfulness taking her through, carrying her through that time period. So it's a gripping story. My wife loves the book, and so when I saw this, I said, yeah. Because these are popular books. They are not super common, so I like to pick them up, and I do have a small section that's growing of some of the Christian comic books. So this was probably the biggest pickup. This was also from that small show. This is in really good shape. I'm putting it at about a 9.0 to 9.2 before clean and press, but I did find a copy of Transformers #8, the first full appearance of the Dinobots. And this one, I think it was marked at 20 but then it was 30% off. So I think I paid like, I don't know, like $12, $13, whatever it was for this one. So I couldn't pass it up because it was in really good shape. So actually, I think it might be slab worthy. So, but for right now, it'll go into Mylar and drop into the personal collection. So those are some of the cool pickups. Now here's the biggest, most interesting one that I picked up. One of my local comic shops, the Comic Vault, was doing a like an artist signing and a showcase for an artist. He's doing several here in the greater Houston area. You can also find him online. I'm going to put that at the bottom of the screen here in a moment. But I picked up, so he just released #1 of his anthology horror series, Awful Thoughts. And so I took a few minutes to read it. I liked it. Now it's gory. It's not like Red Room, but it's definitely approaching that territory. Definitely some very creepy vibes to it. But the neat thing about it does have a bookend, a bookend story, an introduction for that character that's really interesting. Then it had some short stories, and what it really reminded me most of was those scary stories to tell in the dark when we were kids. Those books with those really creepy that really creepy artwork. These short stories reminded me of those. They're just, a little off the wall. They're creepy. They're scary. They're very gory. But it was just such, it's a neat little read. So I do recommend, like, if you're into horror, if you're into oddities, if you're into, Ice Cream Man or Haha or I just said it, Red Room, then I would recommend seeking this book out. I got them affordably, and he did. The writer is Geoffrey Cotton, and he did autograph it for me and gave me some nice little certificates of authenticity. His company is Kingdom Comics. I'm going to put the link down here in a minute. But this was the cover A, and he did go ahead and sign this for me. But I also went ahead and bought, or that was a gift from the folks at the Comic Vault. Shout out to them. But I also did go ahead and buy the rest of the covers that he had available. I know he's got some others that I think were just Kickstarter exclusives. But there's this really cool EC Comics homage cover for #1. He signed this one also and gave me a nice, this is the certificate of authenticity. It's got my painter's tape on there. But yeah, this was the I'm not sure which is BC or whatever, but this was the homage cover, which was really neat. There was a Virgin variant for the A cover, and then this was the coolest one that I really liked. This is he went ahead and did a hip hop variant for #1, and I just thought this was really cool. So I picked up all 4 of these, and I do recommend it. Like I said, if you liked growing up, if you like those horror, those scary stories that you tell in the dark, stories. If you like currently Red Room, Ice Cream Man, any type of horror anthology, I do recommend this book. You can find, like, if you're out of the greater Houston area, you can find them on Kingdom Comics, I think, .com. I'm going to put it right here below. And then also, if you're in the greater Houston area, he's got 2 signings coming up here in the greater Houston area. I think 2 different weekends in February. So it's well worth picking up. They were only $5 a piece. So that's the price that we pay for like a normal or like a regular release book now. Actually, that's on the lower end now. For the variants and stuff, but they were all just $5 a piece. So while supplies last, make sure you check that out if that's your cup of tea. Well, hey, thanks for joining me for this episode of Monday Hauls. We'll have the giveaway show coming up this Wednesday at 10 p.m. I'm still getting back up to speed after being down for a couple weeks sick, but I'm looking forward to hanging out with you on Wednesday with Paul and whoever else decides to stop by. So we'll be there Wednesday night, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Central, only for that 1 hour. Make sure you tune in. Also, Friday features are coming up, and I've got a different set of videos that we're going to be uploading. These are going to be for brand new collectors, just some tips, hints, and tricks, some ways to get started in the collecting hobby. Thanks for tuning in right now. Make sure that if you haven't, like this video, drop a comment below. Tell me what you think. If you had any questions about any of the books, especially the Awful Thoughts books, make sure and ask that question for me in the chat, because I'd love to be able to point you in Joffrey's direction for these books. Make sure also, if you haven't hit the notification bell, do that so you'll know when the videos go live. And last but not least, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please consider doing so. It's a huge help for us, and I'm going to make an announcement pretty soon here about the giveaway when we break 600 subscribers, because that's our next goal, and we're on our way there. So again, this is Carl's Collects Comics with another episode of Monday Hauls. Thanks again for tuning in. Have a great night, and I'll see you next time.